Did you know that the beloved ketchup didn't originally contain tomatoes? That's right, folks. The ketchup we now slather on our burgers, dip our fries into, and use to add a tangy zest to countless dishes wasn't always the tomato-based wonder we know and love. Its origins are quite unexpected and date back centuries to Southeast Asia. Imagine a world where ketchup was not a sweet, tangy, tomatoey delight, but rather a fermented fish sauce. Yes, you heard it right, a fish sauce. This concoction was known as ke-cheup in the Amoy dialect of China, and it was a far cry from what we squeeze out of plastic bottles today. This ke-cheup was a staple in the diets of seafaring folks who valued it for its ability to keep well on long voyages. It was made from the brine of pickled fish or shellfish, mixed with herbs and spices, and then left to ferment. The result was a flavorful, salty sauce that added a punch of umami to any dish it graced. But how did we get from fish sauce to the tomato ketchup we know today? Well, as the British Empire expanded, they encountered this sauce and were enamored with its rich flavor. They brought it back to Europe, where it took on a life of its own. The recipe underwent countless revisions, with ingredients like mushrooms, walnuts, and even oysters making appearances. But it wasn't until the 19th century in America that tomatoes were finally introduced into the mix. The tangy fruit was combined with vinegar, sugar, and spices, creating a new, sweeter version of the sauce. This tomato ketchup quickly gained popularity, becoming the beloved condiment we can't seem to live without. It was a hit at picnics, barbecues, and dinner tables across the country, and it wasn't long before it was being bottled and sold commercially. So, the next time you're squeezing that ketchup bottle, remember, it has quite a fishy past. The journey of this condiment from a fermented fish sauce to the tomato-based treat we adore today is a testament to our ever-evolving culinary tastes and the power of a good flavor combination. Ever wondered how a simple tomato turns into that luscious red sauce we all love? Let's dive in. Our journey begins with the humble tomato, but not just any tomato. These tomatoes are ripe, juicy, and bursting with flavor. They are hand-picked at the peak of their ripeness to ensure the highest quality ketchup. From the field, these red gems make their way into the kitchen. Here, they are washed and inspected once more to make sure they are up to scratch. Our tomatoes are then cut into quarters, ready for the next stage in their transformation. Now, it's time for the magic to happen. The quarter tomatoes are gently simmered over a low heat. This process helps to break down the tomatoes, releasing their rich, sweet flavor. As the tomatoes cook, they start to break down into a thick, pulpy mixture. Next, the mixture is pureed to a fine consistency. This is a critical step, as it helps to remove any chunks and make the ketchup smooth. The puree then goes through a strainer to remove the skin and seeds, leaving behind a silky smooth tomato paste. But our paste isn't ketchup just yet. It's missing a few key ingredients: vinegar, sugar, and a blend of spices. The vinegar adds a tangy kick, the sugar brings a touch of sweetness, and the spices give our ketchup its unique flavor. These ingredients are added to the paste and stirred until it's well blended. The ketchup is then simmered again, allowing the flavors to meld together. This process also helps to thicken the sauce and intensify its flavor. As the ketchup simmers, it transforms from a simple tomato paste into a rich, flavorful sauce. And voila, you've got ketchup. But wait, it's not that simple. And now you've got a tomato vinegar sugar spice mix, but it's not ketchup yet. What's missing? The magic of simmering. This step is crucial in transforming our humble mix into the beloved condiment we all know and love. Simmering is what thickens the mixture, giving ketchup its distinctive spreadable consistency. But it doesn't stop there. This slow and steady heating process also allows the flavors to meld together, creating a symphony of tangy, sweet, and savory notes that dance on your tongue with every bite. However, this step isn't a walk in the park. It requires constant attention and stirring to prevent the mixture from burning. One moment of distraction and you could end up with a charred, bitter mess instead of the delightful, glossy red sauce. So ketchup isn't just about tomatoes, it's about patience and precision too. Making ketchup is an art form, and simmering is its secret melody. Great, you've made ketchup, but how does it get from the factory to your fridge? Now that's a question worth answering. First, let's talk about bottling. This is where the ketchup's journey from being a culinary creation to a fridge staple begins. The freshly made ketchup, still warm from the simmering process, is transferred into a bottling machine. This mechanical marvel fills each bottle with the perfect amount of ketchup. No more, no less. It's a beautiful ballet of precision and efficiency, with not a drop of ketchup wasted. But it's not all about filling bottles. Hygiene is paramount. Each bottle is thoroughly cleaned and sterilized before the ketchup even comes into the picture. We wouldn't want any unwanted guests hitching a ride with our ketchup, now would we? And let's not forget about quality control. It's not just about the ketchup, but also the bottles. Each one is inspected to ensure it's up to standard. Any minor defect and it's out of the line. After all, we don't want our delicious ketchup held captive in a faulty bottle. Once the ketchup is safely bottled, it's time to transport it to various locations. This is where logistics come into play. The bottles are packed into boxes, which are then loaded onto trucks, planes, or ships, depending on their destination. It's like a grand tour for the ketchup, a world trip before settling into your fridge. At the end of this journey, the bottles arrive at stores, ready to be picked up by ketchup lovers like you. From there, it's a short trip to your fridge, where the ketchup awaits its moment of glory on your favorite foods. So, the journey of a tomato to your favorite ketchup bottle isn't as simple as it seems, is it? It's an intricate ballet of bottling, quality control, and logistics. But it's all worth it when you hear that satisfying squelch of ketchup being squeezed onto your food.